Hi.
How's it going?
Hello. We just did a more civilized age,
Yes.
and you're
We're
gonna love
awesome.
it in 2 days. It's actually one of my favorite episodes. We laugh. We
It was
totally
good.
got off topic, and we didn't cover half of the things we wanted to, but it's great. It's
It was
great.
great.
It was
It was
great.
good.
We'll cover those things next month, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to tell people that there are these because this is something we didn't talk about on More Civilized Age, something that Brian and I were just talking about. I said, well, let's do a nightcap, and we may be joined by other people later on. But I thought, you know what? It would be interesting to have hello, sir. How are you? A lot of these, what are they called again? Little libraries?
They're little free libraries.
Yeah, little free libraries are popping up. And so if and I was thinking, hey, if you had some old used books, Star Wars used books, throw them in there. Why not?
Definitely.
Get people in it because kids would pick that up. Everyone would pick that up, try to
Yep.
watch it. I think that'd be really cool.
You can actually even host those, as I was going to tell you. You can actually sign up to host one of those locations in your own house. Like you put it as almost like a mailbox out front of your house, and they put it on their. They think they put it on their website, so anybody who's looking for little free libraries can search it online and find where you are.
Shut
And
up.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
That's
pretty cool.
awesome. That's awesome.
We've
So it's going to be set up as a little lending library.
Yeah, we've been donating to those at Twin Suns for a little while. Whenever we got something that can't really go to a hospital or a school, maybe it's a little too beat up for those kind of things or it's a little too used, then we'll take it to a little free library. I've done that a few times and they're always gone within a week or so. They just go like that. It's good.
I, I,
Definitely useful.
hold on. I want to bring someone else on here too. If he wants to join. Did you now? I see Tabletop Islands on here. Bernardo, Bernardo? We were just talking about Project Elite
Mhm.
earlier. Brian has the whole Kickstarter package too, and he hasn't played it yet. But I was given my rundown, the same rundown I gave you a while back, folks. Gen Con online happened. I think it was a little pop fizzle. I wasn't that impressed with everything that came out, but there was some interesting news. And Bernard, if you care to join, you can. But some of the biggest news. Well, first off, they tease that there's a Descent expansion coming out. Now, I don't know if it's an expansion. It doesn't look like a third edition. It looks like it's one of those legacy games where you play it once and you're done.
Oh yeah.
So maybe, but I want to say that it was a big news, and then everyone's mad at Fantasy Flight for not talking about it more. Well, at least they revealed it to us that they had it in, in the. They probably don't. They can't reveal that much too because it's probably still in production or whatnot. So I thought it was great. They did this at the end of their Fantasy Flight did it at the end of their stream. They acted like they thought it was over and then brought it out by accident and then kind of looked at the camera like, oh, we're still in
Whoops.
the air. And then it went off. And it was great. It was teasing the people that, yeah, we have more up our sleeve. And I'll be honest, it has set the internet ablaze, that Descent, whatever it is. But people are now angry because now they have to wait for months until they reveal what it is. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's fun.
Gotta build the hype. You gotta
It's the
build the
hype.
hype.
And I'll tell you this that Brian was with me when I talked about Descent, and I told him we were out to eat, and I said, "Oh, look at this guy."
Ah, it's that guy.
Fashionably late.
I'm telling you, I told Brian, I said, Brian, I'd love to get that game, but yet it costs so stinking much. I would have to see someone sell their entire collection online, and then I'd have to buy it for half the price. Well, that night when I left his house and went to bed, I just checked on eBay. I remember guy selling the entire set,
Yep.
and I
That's
went,
happened to you a few times when you've come to my house, though.
I,
Like you
I get,
always seem to find what you want after you've come to my
I
house.
find the best deals. Speaking of hair,
Yeah, it's getting crazier. It's blown out right now.
Ryan, what are
Nice.
the odds that you can have hair like this?
What's that?
what are the odds that you could get hair as wonderful as Bernardo's?
Mine wouldn't be that curly, but I mean, it'd definitely get pretty poofy if I grew it out for any length of time at all. This is about as long as I let it get, though.
Okay. Are you allowed to grow it out?
No, not
I
really.
didn't think so. You can't have it too. You can't be Shaq. Don't want a bunch of hippies in our military. But anyway, so I'm talking about when I bought the Descent of the whole entire collection. I remember I found it, and they wanted like $700. I was like, there's no way I can pay that. And so I think I said 300 or 350, and I went to bed. I said, he's not going to take that. And
Right.
the next morning I woke up and I got the message that he had accepted the order and it was coming in. I was like, oh my gosh. And I totally forgot to tell my wife.
Yep, I remember
And
that part too.
Oh, yeah.
And the dude had overnighted it too. I mean, I guess he just needed to get out of the house and get some quick money. I was shocked that he accepted my order. Well, that thing came in, and I remember because the mailman walked up to the door, knocked on the door, and looked at my wife and said, "Is your husband here?" And she goes, no. And he goes, "Okay, it's going to take me a few trips." And he starts going back and forth and bringing box after box. Because I had also ordered some other stuff, and like everything came in at the same time. And there was just a wall. Now, Bernardo knows what I'm talking about because he's had these walls, these big mountains of board games coming at once. But I remember it all came in with its own carrying cases too. I mean, he had different organizers for it. He sent me everything. And now that set is worth thousands of dollars now because everything's out of print.
Nice.
I found that out online. I was like, oh my gosh. But I am getting motivated to play through it. I'm going to start playing some more Descent. I'm almost done playing through all the adventures, but I have renewed interest in playing through it now since that announcement just got me so excited.
The hype worked on you.
Let
I don't
me
think
ask.
it's a legacy anymore, though. I don't think it's that.
Yeah, well, it could be. They don't think it's third edition either.
I don't know.
We just don't, and we just won't know until they eventually tell us more about it. Now, Ryan is a video game player. But Ryan, did you ever in your childhood enjoy board games?
I mean, board games like Life and Monopoly and things like that. Yeah, I went through those. But as far as a deep dive like you guys do into board games, not necessarily. No.
That's not going to really get your channels, rocketing up in subscribers.
No,
I don't know. He hasn't tried it yet.
I haven't tried it yet. I mean, there is. Listen, I guarantee you can find some big tabletop gaming YouTube channels out there.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure you can find
out there. They're out there. Bernardo's.
I've never searched for them, but you probably have.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I know some that have a few. Hello, Food High. I know I know a few people that have a few big channels. Norm, who we know on Board Game Museum, has what 15,000.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because I remember talking to him when he had 600 subscribers. He's going, man, I'll never get this channel up. I was like, dude, you got something unique. Keep moving it. And he did. And he's become, how he got his popularity was through Monopoly. He does every Monopoly review, every different version of Monopoly, and people just love Monopoly. And so they watch his channel to see what the new Monopoly game is like and what's different in it.
I remember when you talked to a little 300 sub channel that was me like 11 months ago. So I think just talking to Matt is good for your channel. That's what it sounds like.
You just take off from there. No, I was really excited and to speak to you because I think someone had actually told me about your channel. I'd seen you on Geeks and Gamers, and a lot of people know this story, but I saw him on Geeks and Gamers, and I was just shocked that they had someone who really knew their stuff about the EU on there. And I remember I called Chris Nelson. I was like, Chris, have you seen Geeks and Gamers? He went, yeah, I don't watch that channel. I was like, you need to watch this video. This guy is actually pretty good. And Ryan, and then you reached out to me like a week later. So I was like, oh, shut up. I was like, hey, it's the guy from Geeks and Gamers. I said, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to talk to that EU guy. It's like Bernardo made a comment on my channel a long time ago, and I know Bernardo had been watching for a while. I was like, this Tabletop Island guy, I need to check this guy out because I I try to check out their videos, and so I looked it up. I was like, oh, this is great. I need to get to know this guy. So, but he finally what's this?
Poggers, that's Tyler. I think Tyler is over on Twitch. Tyler is over on like nearly every single one of my Twitch streams. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you here, man.
Oh, there he is. Tyler, do you have a question for Ryan? Four grown men talking about Monopoly, right?
It's the highlight.
Shoot.
Yes, I doxed myself. Yeah, there it is.
Shoot, we were pitching before y'all came on. We were pitching A More Civilized Age, which will come onto the channel. Ryan will be on it, and Ryan totally hijacked the conversation during this episode, and
that happens.
It actually turned. Actually turned into a great
Ryan
episode.
He was in evil Ryan mode, so it had to happen.
It was great. It was great. He had some beef because he didn't want to come on last month's episode, and now he's like changing his story.
I want to go and actually see. Hold on. What did I actually say?
Oh, I already issued a statement during the last More Civilized.
You're right. You issued a statement. I agree with you.
The truth comes out. I see.
While Ryan's checking his DMs, I'll ask Bernardo again. Going back to Descent, do you have an idea of what it could be? What's your thoughts?
So my thoughts when I first saw the box and I looked at it in comparison to the original, my first thought was they are going to re-release the game in a 3rd edition, but it's going to be a lot more than the 2nd edition had. So it'll maybe be 4 boxes rather than the 100 plus that I don't know how many are actually in. So I would imagine at least 30 maybe expansions that are applied to it. But my thought is that they've combined them in maybe 4 big sets, which sounds crazy, but I don't think there's any value in them doing it as a legacy game financially. I don't think it makes sense for them, especially if people still want the original game. It makes perfect sense for them to bring back the game that people can't buy right now, at least for a good price, and if they want everything with it.
That's true. That's an interesting take.
I don't know. I also didn't think Hero, could get a
yeah, Hero Quest was the big announcement by Restoration Games, and I called it off after I got finished talking to the Retro Gamer. Yeah, folks don't know this. I interviewed him on my podcast. We had a great time. We even did a few live streams together for a little while. And he's a great guy, but he couldn't reveal it. And I even say in the podcast, I say, hey, I think I know what it is, but we'll talk about it afterwards. He said, okay. And he said, I'll just let you know. I can't say yes or no. You know that, right? I said, no, I understand. And so I asked a question about, do they cover games from the 90s? He went, no, we don't. I went, oh, okay. Well, I thought it was Hero Quest. Went, wait, Hero Quest came out in the 90s? I said, yeah, dude, I think it came out in 1990. He went, oh, well, yeah, we would reprint games from the 90s. I said, that is Hero Quest. I knew it. He said, I can't say. He did neither confirm nor deny.
But to be fair, we don't know. They could have an even bigger announcement. But all I know is that someone on Twitter discovered that they purchased a license, and I didn't believe it. I looked at the trademark. It came out July 1st. The trademark for Hero Quest Legacies. Crazy.
Let me ask you, Andrew Frinkle's question. Andrew, I'll tell you that Ryan's favorite movie is Last Jedi, hands down.
Wrong.
What is your favorite Star Wars movie, gentlemen? Do you have one?
That one right here.
Really? Revenge of the Sith?
That'd be my favorite one, yeah.
Wow. I'm going to go with...
If you're going to put a gun to my head and tell me which the best one, I'm going to say Empire, but my favorite, Revenge of the Sith.
And see, I love Empire, but it didn't have an ending. So it's, it's a to-be-continue thing. Not that it's bad. I love Empire too, but of course, obviously, folks, Return of the Jedi is great for me.
I'm right there with you on that one. Return of the Jedi's mine.
Hold on. I don't remember which one it is.
The X-Wing series?
Tyler, we're big fans of the X-Wing series. Huge fans of the X-Wing series.
It only gets better, to be honest.
It does.
Like, I think Wedge's Gamble's probably the best one. So I guess it doesn't only get better; it gets worse after Wedge's Gamble. But it's a good series.
Gets worse.
Here's me as Superman. Brady Perkins decided to take one of my early videos.
That video has so many views.
Yeah. It was back before trending on YouTube was a thing. I was trending on YouTube on one of my very first videos, and then it was all downhill from there. I don't think there were that many videos back then when I was posting, but I posted that one, and anything pranks in the classroom was getting hits. And I used to do, it was a prank channel. That's how it started. I was just doing pranks for a little while.
This is your Wedge's Gamble.
There you go. Tyler agrees with you.
Empire sucks. I wouldn't say Empire sucks, but
so y'all will probably hate me, but this is my favorite movie. I'm sorry ahead of time.
Really?
No, I don't hate you.
I'm curious why though.
I hate why. I hate you because you couldn't tell me what the name was. I don't hate you because you like it though.
Well, I'm actually planning a day and a few weeks to watch all of them again in the correct order. I haven't seen them since I was a kid, which was forever ago, so I couldn't even replay the whole story for you.
Let me ask you this. What is the correct order to you? Would you watch the 4, 5, and 6 first, or would you watch 1, 2, and 3
4,
first?
5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm.
I do it that way.
I actually heard a very interesting way, and it was from Sam Witwer, who's the voice of Galen Merrick and the voice of Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Rebels, which some of us here have issues with Clone Wars and Rebels, but he had an interesting way that he thought that specifically kids should watch Star Wars if they don't know anything about Star Wars. Show them 1 and 2. Wait, what was it? I think it was.
No, you're right. 1 and 2.
It was 1 and 2, and then watch the Clone Wars series. So watch the Clone Wars series, then watch 4 and 5, and then you have the reveal that I am your father. Then watch 3, then watch 6.
Without the Clone Wars, I believe that's called the Machete order.
Yeah.
If I remember right, because I remember someone telling me that a long time ago. What is your least favorite or worst Star Wars? It's easily, hands down, Filoni's Clone Wars movie.
Oh, yeah. If we're counting that one, I almost walked out of the theater on that one.
It came out in theaters, and I turned to my wife. I said, well, that was a waste of my time. I was embarrassed for the franchise.
I took all my friends to that one, and I almost left the theater on that one. To be fair, I thought the series got better, but the movie...
Well, see, I thought it was going to be the last, you thought it was going to be the last movie ever to hit screens. I was like, oh, no. All right, we're doomed.
Excited for Race Squadron, huh?
Race Squadron is very good.
They are.
Do you know what, Brady? A long time ago, I was going to return to pranks because I wanted to. 2 things were going to happen. One, we were going to go to the mall, and I remember this was what we were going to do, is I was going to look up at the ceiling. As people were passing me by, I was going to see how many people I could get to look up to, like to look and see what I was looking at. If anyone would ask me, what are you looking at? I'd be like, nothing. Like you're like worried or amazed, and see how many people look up and see what you're looking at. I just thought that would be so funny, and we thought about a lot of other pranks like that too. But then the other one was, and we were going to do this year until the pandemic hit. Me and my brother were going to go and try. We did these old videos where we tried different foods that were just stupid, and we made a joke out of it all. But said, we should really just try the disgusting stuff that you see or the odd stuff that you see in some grocery stores, like pig snouts or something. Let's pickle pig snouts or whatever. I can't remember what I saw, but I saw some weird stuff in one of the grocery stores. So, it's in one of the small aisles. It's the little jar of squid. You're like, who would buy this? But someone gets it because it's there. So I said, why don't we just get that kind of stuff? And that'd be fun. And originally we were going to start that up this year, but it didn't happen. So eventually, that'd be fun to do little prank videos. Look at this. You have someone else. They like the Phantom Menace.
That's Runner.
Not alone.
Runner.
I think he's here because I tweeted it out. I think that's why Runner's here.
Oh, so the real reason I have people watching is because Ryan.
It's all Ryan's fault, right?
Right. I do still love English. That's actually one of my favorite videos. Too bad that didn't go viral. I said what the thought process was. No one breaks out in song like an old 60s Disney's movie. So I said, wouldn't it be funny if you're having a conversation, then suddenly a few people break out in song? And so that's what it did. Is in an English class. My buddy was the teacher. No one knew that. And I got up and started singing. And then I planted my brother into the classroom too. And then he started singing. Then we did a duet. It was really funny. That's one of my early videos too.
I think I can agree with that one. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is that it? Yeah, that's the one. Is what some psychos say. Yeah.
Like thinking about it now, I actually think that maybe Sam Witwer had said 1, 2, like maybe 1, 2, 4 Clone Wars. So after you hear Obi-Wan talk about how about what happened to his father and everything, then you get to see, and referring to the Clone Wars, then you get to see the Clone Wars and see them build their bond or whatever. And obviously I hate the Clone Wars, but the idea being that children would like them.
Now I do. Go ahead.
You get to see their bond built. Then you get 5, and you're like, what? Like, that is Anakin, the Anakin that I watched. And then you watch 3, and then you watch 6.
I do put Tarkovsky's Clone Wars in my viewings when I go and watch them all. I usually throw them in there.
And see, the difference is, and I've said this before, but Tarkovsky's series complements
It fits.
Episode 3. The Clone Wars destroys the anticipation for, if you watch that in between 2 and 3, you're like, why is everyone acting stupid in 3?
Why is Grievous coughing? Why is Grievous coughing? Oh, this cartoon. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The only reason I did that Gungan Fighter is because I was in Phoenix when I was recording those, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, because I would come home. This is back when I was traveling like I'm not making this up, 6 months out of the year. I spent more time with Brian than I spent with my wife that year, I remember. And
that's the real reason why she wanted to move out here.
That's right. Oh man, she loves it. She still loves it. She still talks about coming out there. But I knew, because when I come home, just for like a weekend or a couple of days, all I did was lock myself in the room and do as many videos as I could, and it just got too much because I had to hit the road again. And I said, you know what? Let's just take the show on the road. And we did. And I did go to a few other places. There's a few episodes where you see me in front of a fountain. It's really nice. That is when I was in Columbus, Ohio for a couple of weeks. And then you got to see me when I went to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I shot in a few I shot in a few areas there. I did shoot a few videos in Florida. I did some of the beach stuff there. That's where I reviewed Ryder Wynnham's stuff. That's when I was doing them once a week, and I thought I'll just do them live. I didn't do a bunch of them together. I said I'll just do one a week. But now I've gotten a little bit ahead. Ever since the girls have been born, I've made sure to keep ahead on those videos and not fall behind. But yeah, if I start traveling again, I'd probably like to do that. That'd be fun.
You also did the live stream, live Q&A from my house once.
I did, and that was really fun because it was great to have someone taking over the comments for me. Whoa. Oh, I don't know.
Hey, my friend Katie would agree with that, to be honest with you.
Oh, Katie likes Jar Jar?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yes, Brady, I've seen the invisible rope prank. There's a lot of different pranks I came up with that I just really thought we were going to shoot them all and everything, but then I had some other friends with me on it, and then we just didn't get around to doing it in time.
Have you ever seen the broken window prank? I did that 2 years ago for April Fools. It was amazing. The reactions were crazy.
Oh wow. What? Oh, I'm sorry. What was your least favorite movie? That was a question we had earlier.
Least favorite Star Wars movie?
Yeah, least favorite Star Wars movie. Bernard, did you say all of them?
No, I said I don't know.
Oh, I
No,
thought you said,
no.
I don't even watch Star Wars. I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't remember.
out
I
of
don't
the
remember them all.
out of the 6, it's really tough.
Attack of the Clones for me.
Attack of the Clones, maybe. Yeah, it may be.
Even though, I mean, I was like 14, 13 years old when I went and saw that. Natalie Portman. I mean, I liked it when I saw it, but in retrospect, yeah, I'd have to say, if I had to pick the least favorite, it'd be that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the least favorite of awesome stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, mine would probably be Attack of the Clones, but it's not too. I mean, there's some highlight moments there, but
you got your antithesis in there with Phantom Menace being somebody's worst.
You know, Exalt, I've actually said that before. The Thrawn trilogy is good, but it's not like, you know.
It got it popping.
It still serves as a good entry point for a lot of people because they feel it's still similar enough to the movies. They're like, oh yeah, this will make sense.
So Bernardo, does this mean that you are? Look at that. Lethal agrees with you on the Phantom Menace was least favorite for him.
Yeah, least favorite.
But let me ask you this: Are you now? See, I don't blame Bernardo because you were young when that movie came out, and Anakin as a young kid connects right with you. I get that. I have a lot of people who just love it because I would be that. I mean, why do I love Ewoks? People 10 years older than me absolutely thought the Ewoks were a stupid idea. They hate Return of the Jedi. Kevin J. Anderson thinks the Ewoks are awful. You know, he never.
Whoa. Time out. Is this a reversal of how he was in More Civilized Age? He's completely just going against
it. Telling you that the man is flawless. He's not flawless, but
he knows that he dropped his mask and he was actually like a huge shill for Kevin J. Anderson in Civilized Age. So now he's setting it up. Now he's like, "What are you talking about?" In the comics, you go, "I criticized him."
Hello, Lethal.
You know what's going on?
G'day.
G'day, Lethal.
Good
How
day.
you doing?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Bernardo, I need to ask you because Bernardo's his favorite movie was Phantom Menace. Does this mean you are a Jar Jar Binks fan? Because we do have some Jar Jar Binks fans in the comments here.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite villain from everything I remember is going to be Darth Maul. Between Darth Maul and then Vader comes second. But
I'll be honest, the lightsaber scene at the end of the Phantom Menace saved that movie completely. It was really awesome when I saw that.
And of course, the soundtrack for that section.
Oh yeah, the music's great. Music's great. Lethal, how old were you when the prequels came out?
99. I would have been 4.
Did you go see it at that age?
Yeah. Dad took me to see it in the drive-in because he saw the original in the drive-in when he was a kid.
Shut up. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
It's impressive, actually.
Yeah, I can remember seeing all of them. I remember seeing Attack of the Clones. I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I remember seeing all of them.
Wow. So you were right in there. Bernardo, how old were you when you saw those movies?
7? Yeah, I think it was about 7 years old.
All right.
I mean, I went to the theater for, I believe, all of them.
See, that's the perfect age. And to be honest,
11.
You were 11 when Phantom Menace came out?
Yeah, 99.
Yeah, I was graduating college back then.
I was 13.
I would have been 4 or 5, but most likely 4.
It's actually
Wow, is that correct? 1980, The Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Same year as Blues Brothers. That's how I remember it.
I saw that in theaters. I saw Empire in theaters too. I saw Return of the Jedi in 1983 3 times.
Nice.
And I remembered it. I was great. I had so much fun. But see, the thing is, though, I understand why you have all these people who just really appreciated, the prequels. And the prequels aren't bad. I do like the original trilogy better. But they came out, and you had that experience where you were in the theaters, and you were enjoying that. And as a kid, Yeah, you do enjoy Anakin. You think pod racing is cool. You
Um,
got on your little tricycle and said, "Now this is pod racing."
um, controversial. Growing up, I never liked him.
Really?
Yep.
Lethal was one of the people that bullied Jake Lloyd into his early retirement from acting.
I was 4 years old and I let that little bastard have it, mate. I'm because my dad took me to see him all, and the whole way through, I was just like, "Where's Vader?"
It's fair.
Where's Vader?
Yeah,
Where's Vader, Daddy?
Daddy, where's Vader?
So join him on the LLL channel, Little Lethal Lightning. New series that is coming out.
It's pronounced Whittle.
It is pronounced Whittle. I hope there's some people watching right now that'll get that joke, because that's an inside joke too.
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah. Who have you been talking to, Matt?
I know all.
Yeah, no, I just never got into him growing up. Like, to me, because I don't know. I always liked the original. Oh my god! I just saw the group chat I'm in go off. They're making fun of me already. It was always the original trilogy for me. But when my dad took me to see the prequels, just because there was no Vader, it was just like, where's Vader? The whole time.
He was there. That was him. You just didn't know it.
I wanted to see him. You know,
You were just too dumb to figure it out.
Wait,
I was just a dumb kid. All right, I didn't
he
understand.
slaughtered sand people, the children. They were screaming.
Yeah, but you know,
Not
He
just
also
the men.
yeah,
Were you
children
excited? Were you
too.
at least excited? And by the way, Cody, you're right. Karen Travis is maybe the worst. EU author. Sorry, I meant to answer your question. And Tyler, Empire is actually his least favorite. That's amazing.
Matt hates Karen Travis because a Jedi and a clone hooked up. Yet he likes Kevin J. Anderson because he's has some weird fanfic with Akbar and Winter. That's the story.
I can
Now,
get
hold
down
on.
with that.
You can't reveal that yet. That's for later. You're giving away.
All right.
You're giving away gold here.
Preview. Watch
Guys,
A More Civilized Age later this week.
we talk about some fanfic. It ain't Raylo. We're talking about more interesting fanfic than Raylo on A More Civilized Age. Subscribe to this channel. Turn the notification bell on so you know when it comes out.
I'll be honest. Ryan hijacked the discussion, but it was absolutely wonderful. And Letha, I'm going to see if I can get you on because we're going to do a part 2 of this conversation. I want to hear your thoughts on it too.
Have you heard my ultimate Star Wars ship?
Give it to
I'm
us.
scared now.
I am
Seba 17 and Pelion.
Why?
Cause that's why. It's like a romance that's not meant to be, you know. They're proving that love is stronger than everything else.
Yeah.
I like when I feel your mustache.
This one likes the feel of facial hair.
I actually got a subscriber to my channel this week who said she subscribed to me because I reviewed the Ewoks comic books, and she loved the Ewoks comic books as a kid, the 80s comic books, and she said she never knew anyone ever reviewed them, and I'm the only review she's seen. She said you won a sub, and I was like, shut up. And she really, I thought someone's punking me, but no, I checked her channel and she's talking about all these, and she has the Ewok. I believe she has the Ewok Annual #2 issue that only came out in the UK. I was like, oh, well, she is a fan. Who knew? I'm not getting punked here. Least favorite is Force Awakens.
That one doesn't count, Andrew.
Marta, let me ask you: did you watch the sequel trilogy?
The more recent one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch any of that yet. I will when I watch all of it together. I mean, I heard mixed reviews. Obviously, a lot of people weren't a fan, but I would definitely want to see it for myself. I've read all of it though. I was not a fan of a lot of the things that didn't make sense to me that I read, but that's about it.
Yeah, I just want to just zoom in on this face when you're talking about it, because this man has a few videos about the sequel trilogy. You may want to actually, this man who's just a cool. I mean, this looks like a superhero status symbol here, but he is a superhero.
It is.
He also
I was going to say, what's wrong with that? It's accurate.
awesome. But he has some other videos too you may want to check out about the sequel trilogy. I never saw them either, but Bernardo, I have been asking younger people about this, but a lot of them didn't go see this film, or a lot of them when they saw it, they said, "Yeah, I think I saw that one. Which one was that one again?" I was like, "The one that just came out? Oh, another one just came out? No, we rented one the other night and watched it, but I don't remember what it was about. I know it was one of the new Star Wars films." We're like, you don't even know? Where Star Wars in my generation, and of course, and when we were growing up, that was a big deal. When the prequels came out, there was no other competition. You went to school and your friends talked Star Wars. And that's what it was like. But now there's just so much other things grabbing for kids' attention that if you're not on it,
I still think they also released too many too quickly.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
definitely hurt them. I mean, I haven't seen any of them. I've heard enough about them to know I probably don't want to, but yeah, I think they did too many too quickly. From the people I know who did see them, that seemed to be a pretty popular stance on that.
It wouldn't be a problem if they weren't trash. Yep. I've seen them. I paid to go to. Well, I had a buddy who got tickets to Force Awakens, and then that is the last one I saw in theaters. I pirated the others.
I saw the only one I didn't see in the cinema was the most recent, and I haven't. The only part I've seen of that was when I was with Ryan one night, and he was just showing me parts of it, going, "Have a look at this, have a look at this," and I was like, "Fucking hell, that was more than enough."
Yeah. Brady, I do not believe EU green. I know where you're going with this. Where does it fit within the EU? Because ETs are in the expanded universe. Did anyone ever see that when it came out? I mean, did you notice that there were ETs? I did, because I watched the film like 9 times when it came out in theaters. But I was looking in the background for little things, and I saw the ETs one time. I was like, "Shut up!" It
was pointed out to me first before I ever noticed it.
Never seen it.
I think Darth Megatron's going to want to pay attention later this week.
Darth Megatron, we have something for you.
Thank you, Tyler.
Telling you not to watch them or anything. Have you guys seen Rogue One or Solo?
Yep.
I have not. So there's 3 of us here, me, Brian, and Bernardo, who just don't want to spend the time watching that stuff. But then you got 2 uber fans, Lethal and Ryan, who just gobble that stuff up.
Well, I think that, like, for those, especially with The Force Awakens, I wanted to give it a shot because I had so much hatred in my heart when they got rid of the EU that I felt like I had to at least go and see it and give it a shot, even though I'd been telling everybody exactly what I thought about it. The fact that it was just going to be trash. And I went, and my biases were confirmed. I thought it was garbage. I'm looking around. I see all these people drooling over it like a bunch of idiots. Like the idea that you think this is something revolutionary, or that it's not just a rehash of A New Hope with little elements here and there, with no world building, with no explanation of how we got here. I thought it was terrible. And that point on, I said, I'm not going to spend another $1 on Disney Star Wars stuff. So, but I mean, I do like to see them because I like a trash fire. And that's what Disney Star Wars is right now, is a dumpster fire. And then I can criticize it and make YouTube videos.
What about
I liked
Mandalorian?
Rogue One.
Any fans of that? I haven't seen that either.
Which one?
I haven't seen that one.
Mandalorian?
I like Mandalorian. It's probably the best of Disney Star Wars, but it's extremely mediocre. It's not offensively bad. It's not great by any way, shape, or form. Somehow it was nominated for the best drama series. That is an absolute joke. But it's fine. There's continuity errors within Dave Filoni's own continuity, which isn't necessarily a surprise. But it's like they had 2 hours worth of content. They decided to stretch out to 4.5 for 8 episodes. There's just not a whole lot that goes on.
Fair enough. All you hear about is Baby Yoda. That's the only thing I know about the show.
Yeah, that's what it's become, the Baby Yoda show. Instead of a story about what a cool story could have been about a Mandalorian who's trying to like build his honor and like build some kind of name for himself in Mandalorian culture. And at this point, 5 years after Return of the Jedi, with the galaxy kind of in shambles, you go so deep into Mandalorian stuff, you can figure out more about the galaxy. But no, let's just make it about memes of Baby Yoda. And all the soccer moms go crazy.
Let me ask you this: does this show even mention the rebellion? What's going on with them? Luke, Leia. Does it mention galactic news?
So there is mentions of, so one of the people introduced was fought on Endor with the rebellion. In the first episode, interestingly enough, there is mention about the New Republic and the Imperial Remnant, essentially. And it's funny because it reminded me of a scene from Dark Force Rising when Niles Ferrier and Lando and Luke are in that bar discussing with those people the money transfer, because they wanted it paid and they only had Imperial credits to pay them with, but they said Imperial credits are no good where I'm going. I want New Republic credits. There was a scene like that where they talked about the transfer rate between Imperial and New Republic credits. I thought was interesting. It was like the only world building that happened in that show. It's not mentioned often. There is a little trio of New Republic X-wings that blow up some space station at one point, but not really. All you know is that the Empire is in tatters, and this Moff has a little collection of power on this remote back world. It's basically all you know.
Yeah, and Exalt, to answer your question earlier, I don't mind there, multiple continuities. I mean, if people like the new stuff, that's fine. I actually had one of my neighbors talk to me about Star Wars Mandalorian just the last week, tell me how he had really enjoyed it. So there's a lot of people who enjoy it, but to each his own,
I think my bigger issue comes from Lucasfilm itself. That's kind of where a lot of my hate comes from towards them. I mean, I just look at their continuity and go, yeah, I don't like it. But I do put the 2015 Darth Vader series, I put that pretty high up there. I really liked that. But my bigger issue is just from the people within Lucasfilm and their actions and, their attitude, I think, is my concern with them.
Just
overall.
Attitude toward fans and stuff. I think just kind of like, why do you want to talk? Why do you think talking to fans like that is a good idea? That's just what I don't understand.
Yeah, that's the turn off for me.
Yeah. Do I think the Krillin trilogy is an obligatory read? I like the Krillin trilogy. But you can talk to Ryan, I Hate Everything EU over there.
It's if you want to know the story of the Star Wars expanded universe, no, you don't need to read it.
Bill Burr was in it? That's hilarious.
Yeah, did he threaten to put anyone through a wall?
Yeah.
No, not really. It's to try to kill somebody. But the Krillin trilogy is good, but it's not obligatory.
Evan.
I don't think.
M is for Mandalorian, I guess.
I don't know. Wait a minute.
Yes! She was born in the darkness.
That is Evan. That's Evan Vane.
This is Evan with us right here. That's so wild. Hello, Evan.
Do you have the one of him with no mask so you can just see his face as he's about to nerf himself in the head?
No, the other one I got is this.
Have you read Emissary of the Void? That's a no.
What?
Oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on. Put that one back. Lethal?
I don't think so. Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. Yeah, no, I guess we have not. What is it? What was it? Is that a novel? Is that a comic book?
I'm not familiar with that
Oh,
one.
okay.
Greg Keith's short story for NJO.
Okay. Yes, I have. I just don't recall the title
Oh.
of the short story. I'll have to go back
Yeah,
and look
I've
at
not
that.
read
Is that one of the ones that was included in one of the books?
I'm sure it was. It was.
If it was, then maybe I have.
The back of something, or Tyler, was it a Star Wars Insider?
Yeah, like I know for like I think isn't Yelja included? I think
Yes,
I mispronounced
it's
but
included in one of the other
Star by
paperbacks.
Star or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one they need to shove it in. Star by Star, which is like 600 pages long. Let's shove a short story in there too.
Cody, I don't think Grievous was overpowered in any way. I disagree with that.
I think he was an actual threat.
Yeah, he was accurately powered. That's how we got all those lightsabers. That like it doesn't make any sense for him to have this collection of lightsabers like because he's a bumbling fool like he is in Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. He is a threat in Tarkovsky's Clone Wars, and he's adequately powered because that's how he's supposed to be.
Do you guys remember when you saw that for the first time?
Oh, I was. When did that come out? 2003, 2002?
Something. It was before 2005. So
yeah, it was 2003, I believe.
3?
Yes, I would have been in like my third year of school, so vaguely remember it.
It was printed in the Star Wars Gamer. Okay, yeah, one of the magazines. It was a good magazine, by the way.
I remember seeing that episode of Grievous for the first time. I was like, how many Jedi does he just take out? And some of them were council level? What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit more worried for everybody in the next movie.
How many of you have actually read the Lone Wolf tale?
Yeah, that's
the unpublished one that's on Joe's site, I believe.
Can't say I've read it one yet.
I remember. Didn't you share that?
Say what?
Ryan, didn't you share that on Twitter?
What the lone wolf?
The link to it?
I may have at one point. I don't remember. I don't remember anything I've put out there anymore.
The broken glass
prank.
I wonder which one they're talking about because I don't think I've ever seen it even on YouTube. The broken glass prank.
Yeah, I didn't know what the broken glass prank is.
So this is a good one. So you go to Home Depot and you get a sheet of glass. It's like maybe like $2. You break it into these big shards. You need to make sure they're huge. You roll someone's window down, so you got to get their car keys all the way down on their car. And in the grooves of the window, you slide the
broken
cracked pieces inside. Then you throw like a baseball inside with a few sheets inside. And then to top it off, you put a note on it that says, "Look, I'm so sorry. I'm in a hurry. I had to get my son to his, I believe it was baseball game or a football game because he used the football at the time. And please just call this number." And the number's just a phony. It's one of those hotline numbers. And they call it, and just watching their reaction, because like you don't have time to react. You see your windows broken in your eyes. It's just rolled down, but it fits so perfectly in the grooves. It's tight.
I'm kind of worried that you know this prank.
Me and a magician friend of mine, we thought we came up with it. I'm curious if that's the same one they were thinking of.
Let us know. Is that the same one? Is that the window prank there? Has Bernardo started a trend? Now, what do you think about the Thrawn trilogy comic book adaptation and how it compares and contrasts the novels? I never even bothered reading it, but I hear people loved it.
Yeah, they're actually not bad. Terry Dodson did the art.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, wait, here.
They just did the Epic collection for it too, I believe.
That is it, right?
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. It's not the Epic collection. This is the
hardback.
Yeah, this is the hardback. I don't know.
The New Republic 3. I got it somewhere. I'll be right back. I think I've got it.
It's good.
No,
I mean, it's not like.
I did not, Cody. Not at all. Sorry,
no,
Ryan.
I know I'm the same way too. I'm not a Ahsoka fan.
I can't stand Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's trash. She should never existed.
I think she's one of the worst characters.
Yes, this guy gets it.
Nice. I didn't know it was that much. I like this one. Oh shit! Oh shoot!
Looks like it was the 4th Epic collection.
Oh wait, here it is.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Yeah. It was the 4th one. They did for New Republic.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I thought it came out
this
well.
one.
Yeah,
This
that's
one
nice.
is expensive.
Oh, that's
I don't know
beautiful.
exactly how much, but it even has a little thing to bookmark your stuff. But like essentially all the Luke Skywalker you could ever want. The greatest comic stories of the galaxy's greatest heroes, from Tatooine to Dark Empire and more. It's like
When was that
900 pages.
When was that one published?
I don't know.
So
It's
Ryan,
it's a Dark Horse product. 2008.
Oh,
My,
beautiful.
Wow, really?
my friends actually got that one for me. Apparently they found it at a Bookman's for Christmas. I think it was 2 years ago. Or was it last year? I was shocked when I got it because I saw you had it and I was like, I can't believe I missed it. They somehow managed to find it and I was like, oh, I love you guys.
That's pretty cool.
The primary school where I went to, like, it had a really, really good library, like one of the best libraries I've ever seen anywhere. So I did like pretty much all my reading there.
Nice.
They had everything that I wanted, and anything that they didn't have, they used to constantly have books coming in constantly, which was so bizarre because it was a really, really small school. Like I ended up as a year set in a grade 7. The class was grade 7, grade 6, and grade 5 all put together. Really tiny school, but the library was just amazing.
That is incredible that you had such a good library like that.
Yeah,
That's
it was
cool.
awesome, man.
I didn't know anyone in Australia could read.
What do you mean? We invented reading. Y'all playing catch up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, he had to read, but he had to sit on top of the table to get away from all the dingoes.
How do you read?
They run.
Hey, Matt, I'm actually gonna have to get going. I got to get up pretty early for work.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna end the stream in a minute anyway, because Ryan says the stream has to end, folks. The stream has to.
I'm just saying I have to leave. Y'all.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I just
On
want
a
to do.
final note,
What's this?
Dunkaroos. Nice.
Nice.
we're back, people. We're back.
So Dunkaroos are back.
That's amazing.
Lethal, did you eat Dunkaroos as a kid, or were they
What's a
called
Dunkaroo?
kangaroos? Huh?
What's a Dunkaroo?
It's just like a cookie that you dunk in like frosting.
It's totally
What?
healthy.
Are
Totally
you
healthy.
serious?
Yeah.
And completely redeemed
Workout
2020.
regimen.
It
Wow.
comes with the yeah. It's just yeah. Oh, I can't think of anything. Anyway, I didn't know Dunkaroos were back. That's kind of wild that you got it.
It's a
But
complete
Check
fail.
the 7-Eleven, guys.
Sorry.
7-Eleven.
Didn't even try. Just stopped.
He's just like, yeah, no, I give up.
not gonna
That's
say
when you
anything.
know it's late for Matt.
That is late for me. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining. Thanks for coming. I just had so much fun doing the stream. You do need to check out More Civilized Age coming out in a few days. We are doing a live Q&A. It is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be having Bruce and Steven and myself. You can feel free to ask other questions. They are taking Wheel of Time questions because we just wrapped up our Wheel of Time reviews by Robert Jordan. And but any other questions can be welcome too. So guys, I will see everyone else. I will see y'all tomorrow on the channel. Thanks for joining. Very rare that I have Lethal Lightning on the channel.
Yeah, no, this is great. Like, this is like one of the rare times I actually enjoy talking about Star Wars is with people like you. So thank you. Every other time people ask me to talk about Star Wars, and I just go, "Oh God, no."
That's basically what Ryan told us in More Civilized Age. But you'll have to see that on Thursday, folks.